All right, so let us review quiz number 1 for audio electronics. The first question is a little bit of my attempt to give you an idea of how I want to approach this class. It is false that audio electronics is too difficult for you to learn. Sure, we can get into all the math and all the numbers and crunching those equations, but that's not what this class is for. The stuff we're going to do, you can do it just fine. Then, moving on to the next part, DC direct current is what we call when electrons are moving in one direction throughout the circuit. Usually batteries are my example that I use for these, right? You got batteries, you got electrons, they move from one side of the battery over back to the other, and that's how we power things using them. The opposite, or the other way to use those electrons to do work is alternating current. So that's the electrons pushing back and forth 60 times a second through these outlets in the wall. All this stuff, all these lights that are lighting up right now, they're all AC, whereas the camera that I'm using, there's a battery in there, so that's DC. So how about that? Okay, good. Obstacles in the flow of those electrons, that's what we call resistance. Resistance is anything that gets in the way of those electrons. And we went over, I think, how resistance is it sounds like a bad thing at first, but then you realize that's the way we use that power. That's the way we convert it into doing things that we want it to do. All right. And the last thing is to make a distinction that there's a type of resistance called impedance. So if it is in an AC current where it's doing that back and forth thing, it's a little different than if it's just in a DC current. Both are considered resistance. Only in the AC current is it impedance. Okay, thank you very much, and good luck.